Good day everyone, and welcome to the orientation of the Schools Division of Iloilo City for the recruitment and selection guidelines for teaching and related teaching positions. It is understood that the Equal Employment Opportunity Principle is strictly adhered to in the conduct of this activity. This office highly encourages all interested and qualified applicants, regardless of age, gender identity, sexual orientation, civil status, disability, social status, religion, ethnicity, and political affiliations or other personal circumstances to apply. Applicants with disabilities or special needs are encouraged to inform the Human Resource and Management Office upon submission of application so that provisions for their needs could be facilitated. The following are the teaching positions: Teacher 2 and Teacher 3. The following are the related teaching positions: Education Program Supervisor, Public Schools District Supervisor, Senior Education Program Specialist, and Education Program Specialist 2. The process of recruitment and selection would start with the publication and posting of vacancy through the publication of item and the issuance of Division Memorandum. This will be followed by the orientation of interested applicants using the video orientations in the Division YouTube account of Division HRM PSB. Submission and receipt of applications would follow. Then, initial evaluation of the qualification of applicants, which would check the completeness, veracity, accuracy, and authenticity of the documents. Applicants' qualifications shall be evaluated vis-a-vis the qualification standards of the position. Comparative assessment of applicants would follow, which would include evaluation of documents and determination of points through an open ranking system and through the conduct of interview and examination. Then, the publication of the comparative assessment results would follow. In this video orientation, the recruitment, selection, and placement guidelines shall be discussed. Moreover, the selection guidelines and the required documents or means of verification shall be explained as indicated in the checklist of requirement and evaluation sheet. All interested applicants to vacant positions, whether internal or external to DepEd, shall submit the documentary requirements to the HRMO through the record section on or before the deadline indicated in the memorandum. No further documents shall be accepted after the deadline. Here are the documentary requirements. First, duly accomplished checklist of requirements or pre-evaluation sheet. Second, a letter of intent addressed to the Schools Division Superintendent which shall indicate the following information: statement of purpose or expression of interest, and the position or positions he or she intends to apply. This is the checklist of requirements or pre-evaluation sheet for teaching positions. The applicant should accomplish this form. The first part of the form would include the personal details of the applicant. Then, this would include the criteria and the list of documents the applicant may or may not include in his or her folder. This is the checklist of requirements or pre-evaluation sheet for related teaching positions. This should also be accomplished by the applicant, with the first part indicating the personal profile or details about the applicant, and to be followed by the list of documents included or not included in the folder of the applicant. A copy of the checklist of requirements or pre-evaluation sheet can be downloaded at the link that you can see on the screen, bit.ly/SDOIC-pre-evaluation checklist. For teaching positions, download the checklist for teaching positions file. For related teaching positions, download the checklist for related teaching promotion file. To Together with a checklist of requirements and the letter of intent, the third document is the duly accomplished personal data sheet with work experience sheet. Photocopy of certificate of eligibility or rating or license or ID. And the omnibus certification of authenticity and veracity of all documents submitted, signed by the applicant. The next set of documents are arranged according to criteria and may be submitted by the applicant if available. For performance, approved performance commitment and review form or the IPCRF. A copy of service record or photocopy of the certificate of employment for experience. For outstanding accomplishments, photocopy of awards or recognition received specifically for outstanding employee. Documents of innovation projects. Copy of research conducted. Copy of published articles. And photocopy of certificate or certificates as resource speaker. For education, a copy of scholastic or academic record such as but not limited to transcript of records and diploma. And for training, a copy of certificate or certificates of trainings attended. These documents shall be enclosed in a white folder and must be properly labeled using side tabs. The cover of the folder shall bear the name of the applicant and the position or positions being applied for. Side tabbing labels shall include checklist, letter of intent, personal information, performance rating, experience, outstanding accomplishments, education, and training. The applicant assumes full responsibility and accountability for the authenticity and veracity of the documents submitted, as evidenced by the omnibus sworn statement duly signed by the applicant. Any false and fraudulent documents submitted shall be grounds for disqualification. An initial evaluation shall be conducted by the HRMO to check the completeness, authenticity, and veracity of the documents submitted by an applicant. An applicant's qualifications shall be evaluated vis-a-vis the qualification standards of the position applied for in terms of education, experience, training, eligibility, and competency. You may check the division memorandum which would contain the qualification standards of the vacant positions. Based on the initial evaluation, a duly signed initial evaluation results shall be submitted to the Human Resource Merit Promotion and Selection Board for deliberation, which shall be comprised of two lists of applicants. Qualified, those who meet the minimum qualifications required by the position to be filled. Disqualified, those who do not meet the minimum qualifications of the position to be filled. All applicants who pass the initial evaluation and are qualified shall be subject to the comparative assessment of the HRM-PSP. An open ranking system shall be adopted to ensure transparency in the process and results of the comparative assessment, wherein applicants must be present to witness the actual evaluation, for which the scores of all applicants present thereat shall be disclosed to all attendees. Each applicant shall also be given an opportunity to ask questions and seek clarifications on the results of their individual assessment and acknowledge receipt of their individual results during the open ranking. Upon receipt of the individual results, applicants shall affix their signature on their individual evaluation sheet. The duly signed individual evaluation sheet shall serve as acknowledgement that the applicant has undergone the application and assessment process based on applicable guidelines and that the results of the individual assessment have been discussed with the concerned applicant. The comparative assessment of qualified applicants shall be based on the results of appropriate evaluative assessments which, based on the principles of merit and fitness, Assess the competencies of applicants vis-a-vis the required competencies of the position to be filled. Evaluative assessments include, but are not limited to, documentary review and analysis of pertinent credentials of applicants, examinations, and interviews. This can be validated through behavioral event interviews and/or background investigations. After a judicious and objective assessment of the qualified candidates, the HRMPSB shall prepare and submit to the appointing officer or appointing authority a duly signed comparative assessment result. The comparative assessment result shall contain a complete list of all candidates for appointment whose total scores obtained from the evaluative assessments are ranked from highest to lowest, highlighting the top 5 ranking candidates. The school's division superintendent, who is the appointing officer or appointing authority, shall be guided by the report of the HRMPSB's comparative assessment result, and in the exercise of sound discretion, select, insofar as practicable, the candidate deemed most qualified for appointment from among the top 5 or less, depending on the number of candidates, unless otherwise provided by law. The appointing officer or appointing authority may appoint a candidate who is ranked higher in the comparative assessment result than the candidate who is next in rank to the vacant position. The appointing officer or appointing authority may, when deemed necessary, request for background investigation of selected candidates to be conducted by the HRMO or other personnel selected by the HRMO. The decision to appoint shall be rendered by the appointing officer or appointing authority and conferred to the HRMO through the comparative assessment result, in which the appointing officer or appointing authority shall signify their choice of appointees. The appointing officer or appointing authority shall approve and sign the appointment of the successful candidates, effectivity of which shall be done in accordance with the specific provisions as provided for in the Omnibus Rules of Appointments and other human resource actions. Here's the evaluation and selection criteria according to Depet Order Number 66, Series of 2007, and based on the Recruitment, Selection, and Placement Manual of the Schools Division of Iloilo City. Here's the criteria and the maximum number of points. Performance, 35 points. Experience, 5 points. Outstanding accomplishments, 20 points. Education and training, 30 points. Psychosocial attributes, 5 points. Potential, 5 points. Total, 100 points. Performance. The performance rating of the candidate for the last 3 rating periods prior to screening must be at least very satisfactory. The formula on the screen shall be used for the computation of the average of numerical ratings. Document to submit. Office or individual performance and commitment review form for the last 3 rating periods. Copies of the OPCRF or IPCRF ratings duly signed by the designated approving authority based on Depet Order Number 2, Series of 2015, or the Guidelines on Establishment and Implementation of the Results-Based Performance Management System in the Department of Education are the basis for rating. Performance rating not signed and approved by proper authority shall not be given credit. Certification of ratings shall not be accepted in lieu of the OPCRF or IPCRF. Experience. Experience must be relevant to the duties and functions of the positions to be filled, to wit. For teaching positions, Teacher 2 and Teacher 3, relevant experience is the teaching experience. For related teaching positions, for Chief Education Supervisor, relevant experience is being OIC Chief. For Education Program Supervisor, relevant experience being Division Subject Coordinator. For Public Schools District Supervisor, relevant experience for being principal in charge or OIC of the district. For senior education program specialist, for planning and research, for human resource development, for school management, monitoring and evaluation, and for social mobilization, relevant experience are experiences relevant to the duties and functions of the position. For education program specialist 2, for the alternative learning system, for human resource development, for school management, monitoring and evaluation, and for social mobilization, relevant experience are experiences relevant to the duties and functions of the position. Every year of experience shall be given a point but not to exceed 10 points. Every month or day of service shall be given the following corresponding point. 1 month is equal to 0.083 point. 1 day is 0.003 point. Documents to submit: service record, latest appointment, and designation and certification of services rendered for OIC and for coordinator. For OIC and coordinators, designation should be signed by the school's division superintendent. To determine the inclusive dates of service, a certification signed by the school's division superintendent indicating the start and end of service rendered by the candidate should be provided. Without the certification, the HRMPSB cannot credit the experience. For outstanding accomplishments, which would include meritorious accomplishments in the different sub-criteria and the maximum number of points. For outstanding employee award, 4 points. Innovation, 4 points. Research and development projects, 4 points. Publication and authorship, 4 points. For being a consultant or resource speaker in trainings, seminars, workshops, or symposia, 4 points. Only accomplishments of candidates from his or her last promotion shall be considered for ranking. Accomplishments, outputs, and certificates shall be credited to one criteria only. In case of doubts, the HRMPSB shall conduct field validation. For Outstanding Employee Award, the award should be a product of an institutionalized search and conducted by the school, district, division, or regional praise committee, or any local, national, or international awards given by reputable institutions or award-giving bodies such as the Civil Service Commission, Metrobank Foundation, and other related government and non-government agencies. The Employee Award is given to an individual or individuals who excelled among peers in a functional group, position, or profession. For internal award-giving bodies such as the Department of Education, it should be conducted annually. Assignment of points shall be based on the certificate of merit or award or recognition bearing the name of the candidate. The following shall be the basis for giving of points. Awardee in the school, 0.5 point. Nomination in the division, awardee in the district, 1 point. Nomination in the region, awardee in the division, 2 points. Nomination in the department, awardee in the region, 3 points. National awardee, 4 points. Document to submit is the certificate of merit or award or recognition that should bear the following: the name of the candidate, level of award, and the award received. Awards that are content and subject area specific shall be considered. For group awards, the points shall be divided among the members. Only award received by the candidate after his or her last promotion shall be credited. If the candidate received several awards, only the highest award received shall be given credit. Innovation. This refers to innovative work plan such as student tracking system, teaching strategies, learning modalities, dropout interventions, remedial interventions, curriculum materials, systems that improve effectiveness and efficiency that have never been thought of by anyone else, unique, out of the box, properly documented, approved by the immediate chief, and attested by authorized regional or division official. The following are the bases for giving points. Level of accomplishment, if conceptualized, 0.5 point. Started the implementation, 1 point. Fully implemented in the school, 2 points. Adopted in the district, 3 points. Adopted in the division, 4 points. Documents to submit. Proposal or work plan endorsed by the school head and approved by the school's division superintendent. Accomplishment report attested by the school head and noted by the public schools district supervisor and by the school's division superintendent. A certificate of recognition or certification signed by the school head or of the public schools district supervisor or by the school's division superintendent, whichever is applicable, indicating that the innovation was adopted, and the sample or picture of the output. Only innovation projects submitted for approval and implemented after the last promotion of the candidate shall be credited. Innovation project conducted as requirement for training, graduate, or post-studies shall not be given credit. If the candidate conceptualized or implemented several innovation projects, only the innovation project with the highest level of accomplishment shall be credited. For projects done by a group, the points shall be divided among the members. Research and development projects. Basic and action researches undertaken should follow the correct process and results are disseminated and utilized. The following are the basis for assigning of points. Research conducted in the school level, 2 points. Research conducted in the district level, 3 points. Research conducted in the division level, 4 points. Documents to submit for basic and action researches approved by the school's division. Research proposal endorsed by the Division Research Committee and approved by the school's division superintendent. Or the division memorandum indicating the approved research proposals. And completed research manuscript with certificate of acceptance endorsed by the Division Research Committee and approved by the school's division superintendent. Documents to submit for birth researches. A letter of approval signed by the Regional Research Committee or the Regional Memorandum indicating the approved research proposals. And the certificate of acceptance signed by the Regional Research Committee and the Regional Director, or certification indicating that the research is undergoing acceptance process signed by the Chairman of the Regional Research Committee. Only research conducted after the last promotion of the candidate shall be credited. Researches conducted as requirement for training, graduate, or post-studies shall not be given credit. If the candidate conducted several researches, only the research with the highest level of coverage shall be credited. For researches done by a group, the points shall be divided among the members. For publication or authorship, publications should be supported by the original copy of the article or book indicating the name of the writer or writers. Certification from the publisher indicating the date of publication should support the copy of the article or of the book indicating the date of publication. Only articles with substantial discussion pertaining to education published in a journal or newspaper or magazine of wide circulation shall be given due credit. Articles shall be given 1 point. Co-authorship of a book, 3 points, and shall be divided by the number of authors. Sole authorship of a book, 4 points. Articles should be relevant and aligned to the position of the candidate. Articles published in school paper or in school or district publication shall not be given points. Articles published in the division website and division publication may be given points provided they have undergone the proper procedure, such as the evaluation of the English or Filipino supervisors, supported by proper documents such as letter of request, and approval of the school's division superintendent. News and feature article regarding an event or activity shall not be given credit unless commissioned by the school's division superintendent to write a specific article for the division publication. Learning resources or materials published in the LRMDS portal such as modules, booklets, storybooks, and the like may be given points equivalent to the publication of a book. Copy of the learning resource or materials with certification from LR supervisor indicating that the publication of the same to LRMDS portal should support the accomplishment. Illustrator of the storybook can be considered as co-author of the book. School hymn, march, and other related composition shall be credited 2 points. Only articles or books published after the last promotion of the candidate shall be credited. For articles or books with multiple authors, the points shall be divided by the number of authors. Documents to submit for printed article or book: a copy of the published article or book and the certification from the publisher. For online publication, screenshot of article published in the division website, certification from English or Filipino supervisor that the article passed the evaluation process, letter of request and approval of the school's division superintendent, and certification from the information technology officer that the article was published in the division website. For LRMDS portal publication, screenshot of learning resource or materials published in the LRMDS portal, copy of the printed learning resource or materials, and certification from LR supervisor that the article was published in the LRMDS portal. For school hymn and march, a copy of the composition approved by the school head, and certificate of recognition signed by the school's division superintendent. For being a consultant or resource speaker in trainings, seminars, workshops, and symposia. For a candidate to earn points in this criterion, he or she must present a certificate of recognition or merit as consultant or resource speaker or learning facilitator or lecturer or trainer. The following are the basis for assigning points. District level or for secondary school, 0.5 point. Division level, 1 point. Regional level, 2 points. National level, 3 points. International level, 4 points. For DepEd trainings, seminars, workshops, or symposia, signatories are the following. For school level, school head. District level, public school district supervisors. Division level, school's division superintendent or his or her authorized representative. Regional level, regional director or his or her authorized representative. National level, the secretary or his or her authorized representative. For non-DepEd trainings, seminars, workshops, or symposia, a letter of invitation approved by the school's division superintendent should support the certificate of recognition or merit, signed by the highest official of the sponsoring agency or company. For international level, letter of invitation should have been endorsed to and approved by the regional director. For international training, it can be considered international level when trainers are internationally recognized or accredited, and activity or training is attended in by participants coming from across the globe. Likewise, with national training, trainers are nationally recognized, and the activity or training is attended to by participants coming from across the country. Only consultancy or speakership conducted after the last promotion of the candidate shall be credited. If the candidate submitted several certificates, the certificate with the highest level shall be credited. Documents to submit: certificate of recognition or merit, which should indicate the role of the candidate and the level of training, seminar, workshop, or symposia. and the approved letter of invitation for non-DepEd and for international level. Education and training. For education for teaching positions, the HRMPSB shall rate the candidate based on the units reflected in the transcript of records and/or certification by the school registrar for the units earned or completion of academic requirements. 12 units in master's degree, 1 point. 15 units in master's degree, 2 points. 18 units in master's degree, 3 points. 21 units in master's degree, 4 points. 24 units in master's degree, 5 points. 27 units in master's degree, 6 points. 30 units in master's degree, 7 points. 33 units in master's degree, 8 points. 36 units in master's degree, 9 points. Complete academic requirements for master's degree, 10 points. Master's degree, 15 points. 15 units in doctorate degree, 16 points. 21 units in doctorate degree, 17 points. 27 units in doctorate degree, 18 points. 33 units in doctorate degree, 19 points. Complete academic requirements for doctoral degree, 20 points. And doctoral degree, 25 points. Here's the education for related teaching positions. The HRMPSB shall rate the candidate based on the units reflected in the transcript of records and/or certification by the school registrar for completion of academic requirements. Complete academic requirements for master's degree, 10 points. Master's degree, 15 points. Complete academic requirements for doctoral degree, 20 points. Doctoral degree, 25 points. Documents to submit. Transcript of records. Certification by the school registrar for the units earned. Certification by the school registrar for the completion of academic requirements. Training. This would refer to formal or non-formal training courses and human resource and development interventions such as coaching, mentoring, job rotation, seminars, workshops, and others that are part of the employee's individual plan for professional development. These trainings or learning and development interventions are intended to enable the candidate to successfully perform the duties and responsibilities as indicated in the position and competency profile of the position to be filled. Training acquired must be relevant to the position to be filled and aligned with the strategy map or development goal of the institution or organization. For international training, it can be considered international level when trainers are internationally recognized or accredited, and the activity or training is attended in by participants coming from across the globe. Likewise with national training, trainers are nationally recognized and the activity or training is attended to by participants coming from across the country. Participation in 3 or more training activities in each level conducted for at least 3 days shall be given equivalent points as follows. District level, 1 point. Division level, 2 points. Regional level, 3 points. Participation in 1 training conducted for at least 3 days in the national and international levels shall be given credit as follows. National level, 4 points. International level, 5 points. If the candidate submitted several certificates, only the highest level shall be credited. Participation in a specialized training such as scholarship programs, short courses, study grants shall be given 1 point for every month of attendance but not to exceed 5 points. For being a chair or co-chair in a technical or planning committee, district level, 1 point. Division level, 2 points. Regional level, 3 points. National level, 4 points. International level, 5 points. Points earned for training may be accumulated with points earned for participation to technical or planning committee, without however exceeding the maximum of 5 points. Documents to submit for specialized training, short courses, or study grants. Certificate of attendance or participation. Inclusive dates should be indicated. For training, seminar, or workshop, certificate of attendance or certificate of participation. For technical or planning committee chair or co-chairmanship, certificate of attendance or participation or recognition, and appointment or certification from COMELEC for BEI. Psychosocial attributes. These refers to the characteristics or traits of a candidate which involve both psychosocial and social aspects. This may be based on the observation, feedback, test results, interview, or background investigation. The candidate will be rated based on the following factors, which would indicate the capability of the candidate to be assets to the entire service system and utilize his or her talents and expertise to the maximum. Human relations, 2 points. Decisiveness, 2 points. Stress tolerance, 1 point. Potential. This is the capacity of the candidate to assume duties of the position to be filled and those of higher or more responsible positions. Rating may also be based on observation, feedback, test results, interview, or background investigation. The candidate will be rated based on the following indicators. Communication skills, 1 point. Ability to present ideas, 1 point. Alertness, 1 point. Judgment, 1 point. Leadership ability, 1 point. If you have questions or queries on the selection guidelines, you can send that to the link indicated on the screen, which is at bit.ly/SDOICTRTP. Thank you everyone for joining this video orientation on the selection guidelines for teaching and related teaching positions of the Schools Division of Iloilo City. Thank you everyone and good day.